when I posted my day in the life vlog, I had one comment about how I never share things about my personal life. And actually, when I look back at the analytics and look at what parts of the videos did well, actually, you can see here, like the last part where I talk about going on a date, that part did really well. So people are rewatching that and they want to hear more about my personal life. And so this week I thought I would just share a little bit more about how I'm balancing things, because I'm struggling a little bit, and like I never share about my personal life on my YouTube or my Instagram, like rarely. I'll tell you the good first. Okay, so the good thing is with my business, I feel like it's actually going pretty well. These days, I'm getting more brand deals, which is super duper exciting. This is what I really, really wanted to do at the beginning of the year. My whole struggle with being self-employed for the past almost 5 years, it's been like 4.5 years, the income part has just been really difficult. YouTube AdSense is pretty good. It's about 1,700 USD per month, which is pretty good. And as you know, my Etsy shop is like not doing that well. It's making $200 to $300 in profit every month. So now with the brand deals, it is more like a full-time income. As we go into December, I'm actually doing a little bit more calligraphy. So as a calligrapher, the holiday time is usually a little bit more busy because there are companies who want to hire you to do on-site events, stuff like that. So I do have one on-site event scheduled. I'm really excited. Okay, so I'm having a lot of trouble balancing my dating life and my personal life. I guess to give you some context, I am like just going on dating apps again. It's been around 2 months. Okay, it's been really fun meeting people, but then like really tiring. So I'm going on a lot of first dates. I'd be tired from working, then I'd be tired from going on all these dates. I'll tell you how I'm balancing all of this. And if you are also struggling to balance your personal life, whether or not you're dating, like you might be in a relationship, you might have other personal things going on, but if you're trying to balance personal life and work life, maybe the things that I share will be helpful. So I'm definitely prioritizing self-care. I'm doing the regular stuff that I do. So I'm journaling. I am making sure I sleep 8 hours a day. Recently, I've been doing more yoga, which has been really great because it's just another activity that lets me be more calm. It's nice to like move my body but also be present in the moment while I do yoga. So that has been really, really nice. After I came back from Asia 2 months ago, I've actually been trying to focus more on work because I feel like when I was traveling, I couldn't really focus that well. So I'm trying to do more, but I guess I'm trying to be more productive when I work. I'll start work at around 9 or 10 every single day, and then I'll finish around 3 or 4 o'clock with a 45-minute to a 1-hour lunch break. If I'm at home in the evenings, then I'll usually do 1 more hour. So that usually adds up to around 5 to 6 hours of actual work. It forces me to focus and get things done, but then I don't burn out. So for me, it's a really good balance. So I think one thing I've always been trying to get better at is listening to my body. So sometimes I'll have a really tiring work day. Like maybe I have some meetings or I'm like filming 2 YouTube videos or something and then going out for dinner or something. Or like on the weekend when I'm going and meeting people for dates, I really have to listen to my body and rest. Sometimes that means taking naps. I usually don't take naps, but like in the last 2 months, sometimes I take naps now. So I'm trying to get better at this, but just like listening to my body and actually resting. And when I'm resting, to not feel bad about resting, because you can rest, but then some people might tend to feel bad. And like, I think I tend to feel that way. Oh, actually, there's this really great book that I got a couple years ago, but it's about basically productivity and how it's okay to not be productive. And there are some really, really good quotes in here. Maybe I'll put them up on the video. I'm just trying to enjoy every single day. And honestly, with my business, like I do love every single day. Like I love making videos and content. I mean, and I don't know, like, okay, I'm like so used to filming at my desk, but actually this is really nice, just filming outside in fresh air, because my room sometimes gets stuffy and it just feels like work. But then here outside, it doesn't really feel like work. Like I feel like I'm just talking to a friend. Hopefully there's no wind in my audio. So I am struggling with balancing dating and my work, but I'm also generally struggling with dating too. Like this is like the first time in my life where I've met multiple people at the same time, like going on first dates Also second and third dates. Never done that before in my life. Like I would only be seeing one person at a time. I think the right way to date is to actually meet a lot of people because you don't know what you like, what you don't like. I do have a general idea, but still like I'm still refining it. It's nice to meet people who are out of your bubble, who usually you wouldn't interact with. And it's been actually really, really interesting. Like all the conversations I've had with people, a lot of people I could see myself being friends with. Yeah, something I'm struggling with is just like balancing everything. Throughout these 2 months of starting to date again, I've been actually listening to a lot of podcasts about dating because like I would listen to podcasts before on dating. Oh my God, the lighting is so bad. Okay, whatever. I don't care. As I'm listening to all these dating podcasts, everything that they say, it's pretty applicable to my life. So I feel like as I'm listening to it, I'm absorbing it a lot more effectively because I can directly apply it to everything that's going on. So I'll link some of my favorite podcasts below. So for anything that you are struggling in life, I would definitely check out long form podcasts. I love the ones that are 1 to 2 hours long. Something else I'm also listening to is affirmations about love. I've always been into affirmations. Like I would say my own affirmations. I would listen to affirmations about business success and self-worth and making money. I feel like I have some patterns or I guess old issues from the past that they start to come up when I'm seeing new people. So with the affirmations that I'm listening to on YouTube, they really remind me and they really allow me to be open to these new ideas that, oh, like, this can be true for me. So it's opening my mind up to different thoughts, which I think is really good. There's one particular thing that I'm like really, really struggling with when it comes to dating. I am actually getting a therapist. So yesterday morning, I messaged my friend who is a therapist here in Vancouver and I was like, hey, I actually think I need help with this. So she recommended me some therapists. I've emailed 3 people, so I'm still waiting to hear back from one of them. So hopefully I can get one soon. It feels really weird that I'm sharing all of this with you. Like for me, I'm a business YouTube channel, right? And so a lot of the times the stuff that I share, like it's very encouraging. It's like, oh, I made this much money. I did this thing, which was really good. And even though I love sharing things that are happening in my business, you don't see the full picture. A lot of the times when things are going really great in my business, which I mentioned earlier in this video, like the calligraphy is going great, the brand deals are going great. There are things in my life that are not always going great. Like I'm struggling with dating. I've struggled with other personal problems, but like I just never talked about it on social media. I just want to remind you that when you are on YouTube or social media or Instagram or TikTok and you see these people living their lives, you don't know the full picture. You don't know what people are going through. Most likely, if they're going through something, they're not going to share it. Even if they do share a little bit about it, they're not going to share about it in detail. But you know what? Let me show you a really funny conversation I had with my good friend. I was like, I think I messed up my dating life. And my friend was like, Dina, you literally said in your video, like, you're building the plane while you're flying it. And I'm like, dude, that is a business thing. That's not a personal thing. And he was like, Dina, you've said before that a lot of business problems are personal problems. So therefore, the same business techniques can be applied to your personal life. So I just thought that was so hilarious, but also true at the same time, because like I would feel so bad that I'm struggling with all of this and like, oh my gosh, my dating life is so messed up now. But like, can I imagine myself saying the same thing in my business? And like, yeah, in the past, I would say things like, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure in my business. But then I would always catch myself. Like with business, for me, it's like so easy to be positive and to catch myself thinking that I'm like not good enough in business. But then when it comes to more personal things, I still fall into the same patterns of thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, this is just so messed up. Like this is just gonna fail. But now it's like, oh, I practiced this a lot with my business, like having a good mindset. So why can't I do that with my personal problems? So that's something I'm trying to work on. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out, but hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Leave a comment if you like this. And for more behind the scenes, I definitely share more on my Instagram, so go follow me there.